Hello everyone, I am Lauren Fuhrman with Palatable Plants, and this is my MVP2, the care guide. First, we have an update on MVP1. So I added some storage information at the bottom of the label, which was a suggestion. So I now have at the bottom, store in a cool to room temp dry place for up to 1 year. I had a question about contact information on the fertilizer kit label, and my contact information will not be included on that. And then it will be printed on scrap cardstock that I have like a collection of from other projects to ensure that I am using minimal resources. The ink that I will be using is not going to be anything special like soy-based or anything like that, just because of the resources that I have available to me. And I think that the impact of me printing off 30 of these very small labels will be very minimal and doesn't necessarily need to be considered and doesn't offset my eco-friendliness. So on to Minimal Viable Product 2, the Care Guide, which will also be printed on scrap cardstock from that same collection, and it will be stapled to the fertilizer kit, kind of all in one. Every planter that I sell comes with a fertilizer kit, so every planter that I sell is also going to come with this care guide. I have it here. I know it's a little bit hard to read, but it starts out with care instructions, instructing to keep in full sun, but has some options for if you're keeping it inside, just to let the as much sunlight as possible, and then some instructions on watering, to water when the soil is dry, which will likely be daily unless you are keeping it inside. And then harvesting, I have two different methods of harvesting here. For the lettuce and the chard, you should harvest by either removing the outermost leaves individually or cutting the whole head at the base, which will depend on your desired amount at that time of use or harvest. And then for herbs, you cut just above the node, which is the spot where the leaves and the branches come from, which I then showed below in this diagram. With two other pieces of information that cutting low and frequent promotes a bushier plant with more growth, but cutting on the plant less frequently and higher up on the plant results in taller plants. And then a little caveat here that some of the plants are going to grow faster than others, and so for something like basil, it is especially encouraged that you cut low and frequently to ensure that it's not getting unruly. The information that I included on here was based on the interviews that I did of my target market and what information they needed to know to successfully grow these herbs, as well as my experience personally growing herbs and watching other people successfully and unsuccessfully do it. So I have a good update on the plants that are growing for this project. They are growing along great and predicted to be ready to sell on time. In order to get to the minimal marketable product stage, they just need one more transplant and then a little bit of time growing on there, and they'll be good. For the fertilizer kit and the care guide, they just need printed, cut, and assembled, which should be very simple since we're only doing 30 of them and they're already designed. And then moving forward to actually sell these products, we're looking to sell at the farmer's market and a garage sale for sure, which is very soon. And then depending on how those two go, I'm considering a yard pop-up or other shop partnerships. A yard pop-up I think would be very easy and manageable. The other shop partnerships depend on my negotiations with them and how much I'm able to sell through those other sources. And then as far as actually selling them and accepting the payment, I'll be accepting cash, Venmo, Apple Pay, Zelle, and Cash App, and this will avoid any fees on my part for a point of sale processing system like Square, along with any credit card fees that my customers could accrue. Thanks for watching.